Hey guys, welcome to the 5th devlog of Quest for Redemption. This video is gonna be a bit different because I have a lot to show, and normally I make the video in segments, but since we have so much to show, I kind of just want to do it more in a streaming format, so to speak. So I'm just gonna record my screen here as I have my webcam on as well, and just go through the stuff that we've made the last 2 weeks. Stuff that's ready to be shown. And I hope that you guys like what we've made so far. So the first thing that you guys seeing here is the new UI. Ignore the background image, it's just placeholder. Although it's a really nice game with a great art style. It's just placeholder. But yeah, as you guys can see, new HUD. As you guys can see, most elements are still the same from the first iteration. The only thing that has really changed is the way it looks. It's more cartoony. Most things they don't have as sharp edges as you'd expect. So most squares now have these nice curved edges, and overall it's just more fitting for the style that we're going for. And you might be thinking like, well, what style? Let me show you guys in a second what I mean. But just to be clear, the icons that you see here are not mine. I just copied them from the internet, just as placeholders. But I do think they're important though, because they just help illustrate what we're gonna do with the HUD. So as you guys can see, we have the abilities, and we also have the quick access slots in the bottom right, and the chat's also still there. So we have all these cool things that we're gonna make functional pretty soon, which is really nice. And I hope you guys like this new UI design. So now on to the big change in game. So yeah, as you guys can see, I've completely revamped the world. The art style has changed. It's completely gradient based, like you saw in the reference image in Photoshop. Everything has changed, but it's for the better, because we were able, and by we I mean the texture artist and I, were able to convert the whole style in just 2 weeks, and we have been able to get so much done. The amount of props that we've made and textured is just insane. It's over 200, 300 maybe, yeah, 300 assets or something like that. And we've been able to set everything up in a new scene. So here's the Fisher hut, pretty cool. Then if you go through this building over here, you can go upstairs as well. Everything is interactable. It's still empty though. That's something we're gonna do next week. We're gonna try to populate all the buildings with the corresponding props. But everything is interactable, and I'll get into the character mode in just a second. So once you go through this entrance building over here, you'll be greeted in this market. Now there's still gonna be some stuff being added here, because we want this marketplace to be the meeting point. So I still want to do a few things here that would really make you want to go here and meet up with your friends, other than, you know, being able to buy general goods. But that's being worked on. So let me just give you guys a quick tour of all the other buildings we have. On our right here, this is the bakery. So over here you can bake your bread and other tasteful food, I guess, which is really nice. Then over here we have the Alchemy. Here you can learn that profession. Victoria, it's still empty on the inside. We're gonna work on that. Then over here we have a stable. So over here you'd be able to maybe buy mounts or train the actual ability to learn how to ride a mount. So that's pretty cool. And then if you walk out from the west, or well, I should say east side of the building, there's the beast training profession, which is really useful if you're a hunter and you want to be able to tame beasts to help you. That's gonna be over here. If we go over here, you will see that there is a dock, which is something that still needs a little bit of work. For example, we still have the... we need to unwrap a little bit better at some areas. But here's where ships are potentially going to be. And this is really going to help us to open up the world. If you like want to go to a different continent or something like that, then this would be a great place to be. Something else you can do here is fish, because this is salt water, so we could potentially have fish that are only, you know, in the sea. Moving on, over here we have, and this building is missing its walls, but that's being worked on. Here is the blacksmith, which is where you are going to be able to create your armor, swords, and that kind of cool stuff. So it's gonna be here. Then over here, there is a mine. Like you can mine things, but I'm gonna change this because it's just a lot of rocks placed onto each other. And I mean, it gets the point across, but for the actual open alpha, for the alpha, we're gonna have an actual cave, little cave there for you to harvest your first resources. Then over here, this building is where you can actually learn mining. There's gonna be somebody inside, really cool. Then back to the market. In here is the tavern. So here are gonna be the tables that you've seen in previous devlogs as well. Also something upstairs. Here is where the leather working is going to be. Over here is a little church where you can learn. I forgot. There's also gonna be a profession in here. Wait. Oh, oops. I need to change the terrain a little bit, but that's fine. And over here is the tailoring shop, and you're also gonna be able to buy just clothing in general. That's pretty cool too. So that's the village for now. It's gonna be, we're gonna expand it a little bit more, because I think there are definitely other professions that we can bring into the game. But yeah, it's definitely a really solid start, and the programs are definitely gonna be able to test everything that needs to be tested. We're gonna make sure that there's an NPC everywhere in every building. You're gonna be able to interact with them, chat with them, either buy from them or sell, or actually pick up some quests. This is gonna be really cool. The actual village here is gonna be quite populated. Moving on. So the village is hopefully quite clear. Then what I'm currently working on, and it's not finished yet, is the new spider area. That's over here. So as you can see, it's still quite flat. It feels a little bit unfinished, and that's true. It's not done yet, but we're getting there. We have a little river here. But yeah, this area still needs a lot of work, but it's getting there. It's gonna be a ton of fun. There's gonna be spiders crawling around, which you can farm for XP or other resources. Who knows what they might drop. It's gonna be really cool. But then, if we move back to the gates, I've worked on something new, which I was really, which I'm really excited about to share. Which is if you're taking this path, there's gonna be like 2 ways you can go. Excuse me. And this over here, that's still work in progress, and that's not gonna be touched in quite some time, because we have plenty to do for now when it comes to programming. But if you take a right, you will find, and I think this is pretty cool, you will find a troll camp or orc camp. It's a new species, and I've made it in such a way that there is a lot of high ground. It's like a little civilization on its own. There are buildings, There are little gather areas. Yeah, it's just a really cool place. I think in terms of like what could be here. And yeah, I'm really curious to how you guys are gonna approach this area, because there's a lot to do. It's also quite big, so the amount of enemies are gonna be a little higher. But yeah, lots of options, lots of stuff that we can test around with, like what's fun in terms of, you know, structure wise. Is it like easy to access? But I think this definitely has potential. And then over here at the end, there's going to be a boss, or like a chief, like the guy who runs this place. So that kind of concludes this walkthrough. Just yeah, being able to share the progress we've made is such a great feeling, because it was really hard work to convert all these meshes and all these new models and get them ready for this week. So yeah, we're really happy to show it off. Please let us know. As a closing statement, I think it's really important to say that the only big change that we're gonna make to the buildings, other than some minor fixes, is that the color palette just isn't there yet. Some buildings are more readable than others, but we're noticing that with this gradient technique, some meshes are being washed out a little bit. Like, you can't really see the details. It's not like there are details, but you know, it's not that readable, I think I should say. So that's something we're gonna look at, and that should be really doable, because with this new technique, changing colors is really easy, and also a lot of fun experimenting with. So let me just quickly go to the main menu. Don't worry, that's the main menu is also gonna change. Let's see if it works. Doesn't crash on me. There we go. So pressing start. Ah, there we go. Okay, so this is still the old HUD. I think that's pretty clear. Also, the character itself is old. We've already made new playable characters. And also, we've also made the NPCs, which I'm gonna show you guys on the Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord yet, I would highly recommend joining, because I'm gonna show you guys. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I hope you guys do. But our audio guy has also been able to change the audio based on your position. I'm not sure if this is the right track or anything, because I have completely restructured everything. But it's a nice addition. It plays really, really well. I've also added collisions to everything, so you can actually walk up everything. You know, it's not just there for decoration. You can actually go there. So yeah, pretty cool. You can literally walk around. You'd be able to interact with people soon. And yeah, it's really coming together. We just need to experiment with a few things before we can actually, you know, let you guys play the game and test around. But we're getting there. I hope that this video demonstrates that you know, we're working our butts off to really get the game in a state that you guys can really enjoy it. And yeah, awesome. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave the video here. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. And leave some feedback, because that's always welcome. Alright, have a wonderful week guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye.